Hello, my friends. I am so excited to show you inside of our brand new Bible curriculum, the New Testament. If you have been following us for a while, you know that we already have an Old Testament curriculum, so I was thrilled to finish this out, have the whole Bible with our New Testament curriculum. So first thing is first, this has 16 lessons, which is meant to be done over 2 weeks, which means it is a 32-week curriculum, which will hopefully last you your entire homeschool year. So it is amazing to get to start this fall, use your entire school year, don't have any rush to get it done with it only being 32 weeks. That's what I love about 32 weeks curriculum. It gives you that extra time to really dive into those topics that your kids are really excited about. So if you take longer than 2 weeks, no problem. If you rush and get a whole lesson done in 1 week, that's also not a problem. That's the beauty of rabbit trails, is you can make it work for your family. So let me dive in and tell you what the different 16 lessons are all about. I'm gonna read these off my website, because if not, I'll forget all 16 of them. So we have the birth of the Messiah, John the Baptist, miracles and ministry, the disciples in the storm, loaves, fish, and water, Martha, Mary, and Lazarus, the little children, the Last Supper, the betrayal, the crucifixion, the resurrection, the Great Commission, Pentecost, the Apostle Paul, the second coming of Christ, and salvation. So this is an amazing unit to use in your homeschool. I love teaching kids about salvation, just about Jesus's ministry in general, right? We want Jesus to be, I like saying this and I don't like saying this. We want Jesus to be relatable to our children, right? We want them to know who he is. That doesn't mean that we are going to sugarcoat anything. That doesn't mean that we're going to dumb anything down or anything like that. But we want our kids to know Jesus. And so what better way than to focus on him and the salvation they get through him than by using a New Testament curriculum in your homeschool. So the main book that we use for this, so instead of having several different picture books as the main books, we have one spine for this. And it's the same thing as our Old Testament, is the story for children. This book is gorgeous. Look at the cover. So beautiful. Let me flip open to one of the New Testament stories. More great illustrations. My kids loved the details in this. Let me find another one for you. They appreciated, look at these colors. Oh, I love it. You can just see the glow on that person from the fire over here. They put such great detail into this. They appreciated the textures in it as well, like the curly cues on those birds. They loved it. So they would even try to look for that kind of stuff while we were reading, and they would be able to find all those really cool details. And so it just really added to the story for them and made it really, really beautiful. So let me show you inside of one of these lessons so that you can see what the Rabbit Trails curriculum looks like. So if you are brand new to Rabbit Trails, you've never done a curriculum before, all of our curriculum is set up the same exact way. So there's going to be a lesson, there's going to be a hands-on activity, there's going to be picture book and video suggestions, and there's going to be a list of more ideas. So I'm going to show you inside of that so you will get an idea of what all of our rabbit trails look like by looking at this. And then of course, they're all going to look different based on the books you're using and the activities and all of that. So first things first is we have a lesson. And this will just explain a little bit further that Bible story that they just read. There's also going to be copy work. A Bible verse, not copy work. You can use this Bible verse as copy work. And then there's going to be a Bible, kind of like a little Bible lesson to tie that verse into what they are learning. And then at the bottom here, this is what makes this a little bit different in the Bible curriculum, is it has a little Let's Learn section. And inside of this, it'll tell you what pages to read in the story for children. It will have a worship song. It will have a hymn study, and it'll also have an opportunity for your kids to create a Bible timeline, which is really, really cool. And there's a place for that in our journal that I'll show you here in just a minute as well. So that's in every single lesson there. We have our Some Fun, which is our hands-on activity. So it'll be something, whether it is a craft, whether it is an opportunity to bake, it's something to get your kids' hands on. They'll be doing that inside of this Some Fun. Next, we have, it's kind of a good 2-page layout here. So let me open this up for you to see a little bit better, is our rabbit trails and our library. Oops. Flipped it over and then open it up. There we go. Our rabbit trails and our library list. And so this is where you're going to find more book ideas. You're going to find a video idea and lots of picture books for you to get into. And then after that, we have our more ideas. And so inside of this, it's going to have an apologetics lesson for you. It is going to have just a psalm for you guys to get into in every single one of these. I love that the opportunity to get into the psalms there. And just more ideas for you to get into, whether it is another YouTube video, whether it is a hands-on activity, maybe it's an art study. There's just more ideas for you to go further down that rabbit trail all on this page. So then, like I said, we have a companion journal to go along with that. So this is going to have pages for you to write down anything from your lesson. If your kiddo wants to illustrate something, write anything that was meaningful to them. It has a place for that Bible copy work to go. And then it has a place for your hymn study. It has a place for that Bible timeline. And the page behind that is blank. So if they are wanting to cut out their timeline cards and hang them up in your schoolroom, in your kitchen, wherever you have the opportunity to do that, we made sure the back side of this page was blank so that you can cut it out and not cut something else off that they've done work on. We also have a place for them to put anything that they want to write down from the video that they watched, and a place to write down anything they learned from any of those books that they read. And then there will be pages for more ideas. So the more ideas that they have that require them to write something down, or maybe an art study or whatever, the more pages there will be in the journal for the more ideas section. So some lessons, like this one, only has one. Other ones might have 3-4 pages, just depending on what it is that they have in the more ideas section. And then there is also the page to write down that psalm as well, if they want to put that for copy work too. So everyone is going to be that same basic layout. It just might have more or less of those more ideas pages. So if you want to see more inside of this curriculum, there is a lesson sample for you on my website. I'm going to make sure to have that linked for you guys to see. There is also scripture memory cards that you can get to go along with this as well. Those are just beautiful little cards you can print out. You can either have them be full size, you can print them out to like forward of a page to kind of have more of like a flash card. They can use that when they're doing their copy work, or just hang up on the bathroom mirror or the fridge or wherever your kids are going to see them, so that they can have that scripture that you guys are working on while you're working on that lesson available to them in just a really beautiful way. And then if you also want to see how we lay this out over a 2-week period, we do have a schedule sample. So inside the curriculum, we don't list a schedule for you guys, because it is very important to me that you're able to make it look however you need it to look in your homeschool. Maybe you don't want to do this every single day, 5 days a week for 2 weeks. Maybe you want to bundle it up and do this 2 days a week. So you're doing it 4 days total over the 2 weeks. You can do that, because we do kind of like a Charlotte Mason-esque style that you can do those little bite-sized pieces every single day, or you can do more of like a block schedule where you do a little bit more a couple days a week. So I did not want to create a schedule for you to make you ever feel like you're behind, especially if you are going off on those rabbit trails. A lot of times I hear from families that they're like, this was amazing, my kids came up with this idea, and then we started researching this and did this and this and this. So they did everything inside the curriculum and they added even more. Great. I want you to feel like you have the freedom to do that. I've had other times where they're like, this lesson was just okay for them, and they were interested in, it could be this topic in history or this part in science or whatever it is, and we only spent 1 week on this particular lesson, but then 4 weeks on the next or whatever. You have the freedom to do that. But if you want to see how you would spread it out over that 2-week chunk, doing that little bit every day, 5 days a week, you can see that sample schedule right on our website specifically for this Bible curriculum. So that's it. You can grab the curriculum, the companion journal, the scripture cards, and have everything ready to learn about the New Testament in your homeschool. Check it all out on my website. I'm really pumped for you guys to see it all, and I really hope it blesses your homeschool. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. Take care.